No, just stay in bed, alright? Stay in bed. I'm working. No. No. Stay. Hi there, Junior Jiminy Crickets. What's up? I haven't vlogged in a while, and I always think to myself every few weeks after not vlogging for a while that it would be real interesting if I actually vlogged more often, but I always forget about it for several months every time I do one of these, it seems. So who knows? We'll see how the future pans out. I just wanted to tell you what I'm up to. I just put up that Mega Zero video, and I should share that I'm working on videos for Razor Spike and someone else's Tusker. I was lent a Tusker by a friend of mine in the area for the interim period during which I do not have Tusker, but Tusker will eventually be shipping to me whenever FP Core ship out their stuff. But I've written up videos for the other two glacial bots, and I did the audio for Razor Spike. Basically, here's how my process works right now. Usually, is I have a big Celtec script writing program file in which I write all my reviews in sections and stuff. So I write them all. I write something down, then I record that audio, and then sometimes there are sections that I just put improv in for, like when I do posability sections most of the time, and then I'll record those with this thing so that the audio number one is all being recorded on the same mic. But then that way, if I record the posability section and all the written audio, then I can lay it all down in my timeline in Final Cut and edit all the audio together so I know what my full running time of the video will be, and then I can shoot footage based on that. Sometimes I'll shoot footage beforehand based on what's written in the thing, like I did with the Fangra video, because sometimes they're just logical and it works out like that. But that's kind of my process. So I have a whole bunch of video review scripts completely written, and a whole bunch of that whole bunch have had the audio all recorded, and then a few of that whole bunch have had the laying out on the timeline and filming a posability section stuff all done, and so they're kind of sitting there and just need to have stuff filmed and edited, and then the subtitles have to have their way with things before I put them up. So I've got a bunch of stuff like 25% done, but a whole lot of stuff 25% done, and I think in the long run that'll go pretty well, especially if I can pull off a plan I'd like to pull off, but I'm not sure if I will, so I'm not going to bring it up. But if I don't pull it off, like if you don't see a grand plan happen in the next month or so, and then I forget to tell anyone what it was, then ask me and I'll talk about what it was. So that's what I'm up to. Some of the videos I'm working on that are written and happening. There's this dude is happening because I finally got me a Red Ranger. Um, Everything else I'm working on isn't near. Oh, you know what? This guy too. I did a posability section for this guy, so that thing's happening as well. And then I'm also almost on Numbered Review 200, and that thing I just got the timeline locked for today, so I can finally get moving on that. Before anyone gets super excited, just think about what review number 100 was, which was like this kind of mostly personal oriented thing. If this is a toy that was a big part of my childhood, and for number 200, partly due to just what I have on hand, I've kind of had things fall together in a great way where I'm able to do a video about a toy that was also a big part of my childhood, just in a much different way than the Dragon Zord. So it's not going to be some kind of crazy, like, I'm going to review Studio Half-Five's Perfect Change Getter, or I got 6 new third-party prototypes y'all never saw before. It's just kind of personally oriented. So hopefully it still is enjoyable, but I've just the other day was thinking to myself, I wonder if the 3 people who think about this stuff have gotten themselves super hyped up, and I don't want to have to take those 3 people out for lunch to make them feel better, so I'll just say something here where it matters on the camera. Also, the BMOG Kickstarter succeeded as far as I know, so this thing will, or these 2 things will eventually be realized in plastic sometime in the spring, hopefully. So that's cool. That project was interesting. I'd met Trent, and in regards to BMOG, like he was showing me some pictures and stuff of it a BotCon or 2 ago, if I recall correctly. We actually recorded an audio podcast about BMOG for WTF and TFW, which you can find on that RSS feed. I think it's supplemental 41 or something. But in the last 2 years or so, I've gotten way interested in indie toys. New York Comic Con this year was a huge thing that got me super interested in that scene. So when I got an email from Trent asking if I would like to do a voiceover for their Kickstarter video. I thought, why not? It seems like a cool idea. And that way I can feel like I've contributed to the indie toy world in a way, and maybe by virtue of that, save my eternal soul from damnation in the fire pits of Anubis and Ra's wrath, because Egypt. So that's happening. And right now there's actually, but I don't know if anyone is really interested, but my editing instructor from Trebus, where I went to school and subsequently from there got my current job doing some video editing, which is super exciting. He's running a Kickstarter for a documentary he's working on about the movie art poster scene, and these are not right now like posters done for movies and put up in theaters, but they're done in the style and with the artistic intent of when movies actually had proper artistic posters done for them rather than Photoshop jobs. And he's interviewing some super interesting people. I almost got to help out with some of that stuff, me and a few other colleagues from my school, but that was a convention thing. It was whatever that big Toronto and Fan Expo. He wasn't able to get press badges, so he only had enough badges for himself and I believe like his DOP or something to go in there and film stuff. But nonetheless, I really want to support what he's doing because that guy was a huge part of what made my time at that school feel valuable and feel like it really was something I could take and turn into something that I'm really proud of, which is the fact that I have got a credit now on a televised thing that says editor, and before that I had one that said assistant editor. And it's not like some grand thing I can be super proud of. It's kind of like just a very carefully hidden infomercials, like one half educational programming, one half infomercial, like branded educational stuff mushed together. It's a real interesting experience. I don't know how much I should talk about it on here because I've never been in such a position. I should probably talk to the guy I'm working for and see what's okay to talk about. But it's still a very fun job, and I'm learning new things every day. And Kevin Burke, who's running that film's Kickstarter, is a big part of what led me to this position I'm in now, and it's my hope that I can cause at least another $1 to go into his Kickstarter so that I can pay him back in my own little way. Because in Canada we got these coins called loonies, and I can be like, yo Kevin, I got you a loonie from someone. Give me a cigar. What else is going on around here? Aside from all those videos, aside from that Kickstarter, I had one other thing I wanted to talk about. Where did it go? I found it. I'm not sure if I want to do a video about this or not, because I want to eventually do videos about the series this is from. I just haven't sat down to figure out what I want to write about them. But my friend Nick Sardos, T16 Skyhop on Twitter, is one of the fellows who had a design get turned into an outlandish minifigure guy from the OMFG series. His design was Tin Can, which is this trash can possessed by an octopus. I was one of the very few people who got to win this kind of cool thing he was doing. He was pretty much doing a lottery on his Twitter account for just followers. And if you won the lottery, you'd be able to buy the super cool version of this, and if you didn't, you'd be able to buy just the artist-proof version. The artist-proof version of this little figure is one that's done in pink PVC. I got super lucky, and the random number generator shone upon me, so I got all this stuff, like the card and things for the pink slime version of Tin Can. Nick threw in a lot of stuff in here. But there's also this thing that says Tin Can slime info, because the pink Tin Can I got came in this jar, and it's got all this stuff written on it, what is apparently related to Ghostbusters. Don't mind my darting eyes, but this is the cool part. You open up this little canister, and you got hella slime in here. And this is a very interesting kind of slime, because it's not like drippy. It's kind of gelatinous more so than it is liquid, but it does still pour to fill a space slowly over time if you leave it like in the can. And inside here is the pink artist-proof Tin Can buried in all this slime. And this slime is really cool. It was a formula made by another gentleman whose Twitter handle I constantly forget. I'm going to see if I got it. You know what? He was just tweeting at me earlier today. I got pink slime on me. Let's just scroll down to my Twitter feed for a second, and I'll find you his Twitter name. Where is it? His Twitter name is I Have 8 Watches. One combination of letters. I have 8 watches, the number 8, IHAVE, number 8, WATCHES. He invented this slime. It's great stuff. As far as I know, it's nothing to be worried about. Like, don't eat it, but it's really fun to mess with. I think that's like there's some glue involved in this. There's a little pink tin can in here too, but I just want to leave him mushed into his slime. I'm gonna put him back in the can. Slime is leaving a lot of watery residue. Like, I'm gonna wash my hands after after I suck on them for a while. But as far as I've ascertained, the instructions in here pretty much are, don't eat it, don't put it in your hair. It contains glue, glycerin, tempera, paint, sodium borate, and the negative emotions of bitter and jaded New Yorkers. It sounds like, apparently it's actually washable. Like, if you get hair in this, I was told on Twitter, you can actually kind of wash the slime. Like, it seems way more, it seems like it has way more longevity than your average Ninja Turtle slime. So hopefully, if it starts to go all funny, I can just maybe add some water to it and mush it around and keep it alive for a couple decades. Anyway, I just wanted to share that, and also share that as of this recording, Nick still has about 10 or 20 pink tin cans, not with slime, just the pink tin can, available on his store. I forgot the hosting thing. It's something Cartel, but it's like $6, and it's a cool little figure. The OMFGs, if you haven't heard of them, I want to do some coverage of them. A lot of other people have already done coverage of them. They're real interesting. They're another Kickstarted toy line, albeit more based on the Muscle Men than anything else. How are we doing? 11:53. It's going to be shorter than that when I said it, because I'm going to cut a few seconds off the front, but you get the idea. I just hiccuped. I guess I'll cut this to an end now. I'm trying to think, what else have I done? In August I moved to another apartment, and it's almost presentable. A lot of my stuff is still not here in Toronto. It's with my folks over in the West Coast, and they're, well, one of them doesn't really care, and the other one is very generously not caring. The other one's, I think, just more like simply not caring. But a lot of it is still over there, and at some point, when I have a quiet couple weeks, or even just a quiet week, I want to head back there and do a little bit of cataloging and figure out exactly what all is where, and get rid of a bunch of hero clicks, perhaps. All like pre 2007 hero clicks, because I left that game well enough alone. I am not a criminal. Anyway, it's like 3:05 in the morning, and I should probably get up in about 6 hours. So I'm gonna get about 5 hours sleep, because I'm gonna throw this in here and get this uploading, just so that there's something up there to explain what all is up. And I would love to vlog more and continue the whole tell you what's going on, rather than just leave you in a long, quiet, dark void between video reviews and V-Build videos. But I'm always on Twitter. I'm Vangelis on Twitter, and that's usually where I am, even when I shouldn't be. So I'm always kicking around there. There's other places I am on the web too, but I for whatever reason, my soul truly was kindled with Twitter, and it just seems to be the place I am most magnetized to at any given time of the day. So if you think I'm dead, just go check my Twitter, and if I've posted in the last 3 days, then at least 3 days ago I was alive. So we all got to start somewhere. There's also all this content ID stuff going on YouTube, but it doesn't really affect me. I'd still love to talk about it sometime, but I don't know what I'd say. Well, bye-bye.